Have you ever wondered why so many celebrities joke about selling their souls? Why musicians hint at secret contracts? Why they say things like, I made a deal with the devil? And maybe you've stopped and asked yourself, is that real? Can someone actually give their soul to the devil? Today I am going to tell you something that may shock you. Not everything you've heard is true. And the enemy loves using fear, rumors, and Hollywood illusions to confuse people. But by the end of this video, your fear will disappear, your understanding will deepen, and the devil's lies will be completely exposed. Stay with me. You need to hear this.
Upon the winds of hope we climb.
Welcome back to Faith Moments. I am Ann Marie Da Costa, and today we are diving into one of the most misunderstood spiritual questions out there. Can you sell your soul? The world has turned this into a myth, a mystery, and honestly, a marketing tool. But today, we are bringing light into a space that has been filled with darkness and confusion. In this video, we are going to uncover what the soul truly is and why it's more valuable than you think, what Satan is actually capable of doing and what he cannot touch, how people unknowingly surrender parts of their lives to darkness, how you can protect your soul and walk in spiritual confidence. You're not just watching a video, you're about to receive revelation and clarity that will set you free from years of fear, superstition, and spiritual confusion. So, what is the soul? Let's start with the truth that Hollywood will never tell you. Your soul is not a contract, it's not a signature, it's not a bargaining chip. Your soul is you, the deepest, eternal part of your existence, your identity, your will, your emotions, your consciousness, your eternal essence. Genesis 2:7 says, God breathed his life into Adam, and man became a living soul. Not received a soul, became a soul. That means your soul isn't something you have. Your soul is what you are. So ask yourself, can you sell something that is literally your very being? How can you hand over the part of you that God uniquely designed and breathed into existence? You can't. And that brings us to the truth that the enemy hates. So can you sell your soul? Let's confront this head on. No, you cannot sell your soul. And here's why. Firstly, God owns every soul. Ezekiel 18:4 says, Behold, all souls are mine. Not some, not the good ones, not the church-going ones. All souls. The second reason why you cannot sell your soul is this. Satan does not have authority to own a soul. He is not a creator. He is not a buyer. He is not an owner. He is a tempter, a liar, and a thief. But he cannot own what God made. Thirdly, occult contracts do not transfer ownership. People who dabble in darkness make spiritual agreements, not soul transfers. They bind their life to deception, not their soul to Satan. And the fourth reason you cannot sell your soul is this. Only God decides eternal destiny. Matthew 10:28 makes that very clear. It states, And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So why does the idea of selling your soul exist? Because fear is profitable, fear is entertaining, fear gets clicks, fear creates bondage, but fear is also the enemy's cheapest weapon, and God's truth destroys every ounce of it. So what can people give away? Now here's the part most people overlook. While you can't sell your soul, you can't surrender your will. And that is where the enemy attacks. Some people give away their obedience, their convictions, their purity, their integrity, their purpose, their destiny, their peace, their sound mind. Not because Satan owns them, but because they gradually agree with lies, temptations, idols, and darkness. That's why Ephesians 4:2-7 warns, do not give the devil a foothold. Not your soul, your foothold. A place of influence, a place of access, a place of control. That is what the enemy wants, access, not ownership. Let's look at a few biblical cases, often misunderstood. Judas didn't sell his soul. He surrendered to greed, guilt, and deception. Satan entered him, but did not own him. King Saul turned to witchcraft because desperation replaced obedience. He surrendered his decisions, not his soul. The rich young ruler, he chose wealth over Jesus, not because the devil owned him, but because his idol controlled him. Jesus in the wilderness, Satan offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world, a lie, an illusion. He offered what he did not have the authority to give. Jesus responded with, "It is written," and that's why he defeated the lie. Every biblical example proves the same truth. Satan influences, but he does not own. He only controls what you surrender. So how to protect your soul? Now let's talk about you. How do you stay spiritually strong, grounded, and unshakable? Here are 5 biblical weapons, not suggestions, but weapons that protect your soul. Firstly, the Word of God. Psalms 119:105 says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." The more word you know, the less deception works against you. Secondly, a guarded mind. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, "Casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ." The enemy must fail when your thoughts are anchored in truth. Thirdly, submission to God. James 4:7 says, "Therefore submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." Submission gives you authority. Resistance gives you victory. And fourthly, zero compromise with darkness. Ephesians 5:11 says, "And have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. Do not flirt with what God calls dangerous." Let me encourage you with this. You cannot sell your soul. You did not lose your soul, and nothing you have ever done has taken your soul out of God's hands. Your soul belongs to the one who created you, and when you give your life to Jesus, you were sealed, protected, and covered by him. So if you've ever been afraid, confused, or unsure about this topic, I want you to rest in this truth. God is stronger than any lie. His love is greater than any fear, and his protection over your life is unbreakable. Your future is in God's hands, not the enemy's. Your soul is safe with him. If today's message blessed you, You can dive deeper into God's wisdom and spiritual strength through my devotional books available on Amazon, 31 Days of Wisdom and 31 Days of Spiritual Warfare. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments what part helped you the most.
Upon the winds of hope we climb, our hearts renew in